In this video, we're going to talk about king is one step ahead of its pawn. In this play, black is to move. Now this also may seem intimidating by the fact that black is simply blocking white from making any meaningful moves upwards to protect any further squares along here to allow his pawn to promote. Black's first option may be to move side to side. If he chooses this side, white must always make the left diagonal side to at least try to gain some meaningful advantage above black and be able to protect these two squares that allows his pawn to move upwards. May try to counteract that by simply move to the center. By moving the center, white cannot move up any further squares upwards to protect any further squares for promotion for his own pawn. Therefore, white's best move is to move back in the center, to remain in some ways indecisive and force black to make a movement that allows white to make a movement that allows him to control further squares above for promotion. Black might seem to move to side right here. If he moves to side right here, white can move right here. Black's only option is to move to the very top. If black moves to the very top, white can move to the center and force blocking to move out of the square to one of these squares to the side right here, thus allowing white to control the last square for promotion. Therefore, black might move here. Black moves right here. White can move right here. Now, of course, white might try to move down to try to capture that pawn. In this case, we just try and move white's pawn up. Black might try to come down here. But if black tries to come down here, we can simply move our king back down. Black might try to move up. We can move our pawn. Now black might end up in the same dilemma. Black might move to the centerpiece right here, where this is the most important square upon which pawn must get to in order to promote. Now that seems to be hope is all lost. But white can actually move right back to the center. In this way, black is forced to move to either one of these two squares, as he cannot move to these three squares right here, which are being protected by the white king himself. By moving to the side, black gives up control of the key square upon which white can promote his pawn upon. Therefore, white's king, to take advantage of that, should move his king up. Black might try to move down to really try to take this pawn. We can simply move our pawn up. Now black cannot go to here or here, because these two squares are being protected by the white king himself. Black, if he moves up here, may get checked by our pawn when he promotes to a queen. Therefore, black's meaningful move is to move away. Now black moves away, we move our pawn up. Black to try to make another movement to try at least stall our time. Then we simply move our pawn up, and we have a queen right here. Happy checkmating. If you play the right amount of moves in the right time, in the right position, you're able to check black, and for white, you're able to make a win. Now let's start again. Now white is to move. Now for white here, he cannot move upwards, because black king is blocking him. If he moves to the side, black might move to the side too, and again block him from moving upwards again. Therefore, white's best first move is to remain decisive and keep his king in position, and actually waste one of his own moves by moving a pawn up. It does nothing, but of course black is now forced to make a move to side, as he has no other piece to move that prevents him from leaving the square. Therefore, he must leave the square right here. If he moves here, white must simply move up, because by moving up, he controls these two key squares right here. Black, now to prevent the white from taking advantage of any further movement upwards to protect these further squares along here, will simply move to the center. Once he moves to the center, we must keep our pawn back to give our king the most amount of space to move around and be able to capture first squares right in this aisle for this pawn to promote within. He might want to move to the center. He blocks these three squares. Therefore, black's only option is to move side to side. If he moves to this side, we must move always to the opposite side, because by moving to the opposite side, we gain control of this square right here. Now here's a bit of a dilemma. Black king moves to the most important square for white, because that is the square where our pawn can promote a pawn. Therefore, white must simply move to the middle, and force black to make the option of trying to move here or here, as he can move here in these three squares right here. Let's say black moves right here. Black moves right here, our king move right here. And thus we control all these three squares right here, including the most important square for promotion. Black might try to move down. We can move our pawn up. Black may move down again. In this case, he becomes very close to his pawn. Therefore, in this case, we must move our king down. Because by moving our king down, even if black were to try to move down again, he cannot, as his pawn is being blocked by his pawn. Therefore, black's only option is to move up. If black moves up, we move our pawn up. Now black might again go to this position right here, where it blocks our pawn for promotion. In this case, white should respond with by moving to the center. By moving to the center right here, he's forcing black to make the option of moving to c8 or e8. Either one of these force him to give up this square right upon here, where we can allow our own pawn to promote. Thus black moves right over here. White moves up. When white moves up, black's only option is to move right here. At least try and maintain some control over these free squares, though he will ultimately lose. We move our pawn up. Black may try and move away. Even though he moves away, we can continually move our pawn up. Even though he tries to come back, when we move our pawn up to here, we can promote it to a queen. Happy checkmating. Playing the right moves in the right direction, in the right position, you can easily checkmate black, and thus, the game wins for white.